Stickasaurus here, and today we're going to talk about episode 5 of KingOhger, where we finally get to see Papillon's kingdom. Starts out with them taking Gira to their kingdom. It's pretty much just like a frozen wasteland. Pretty much the gist of it is Gira is going to be trialed for his crimes that he's committed. And we pretty much find out that Purple is the judge. We see them sentence someone to some weird freezing conditions for a crime. Kind of sets the bar of how they treat their kingdom and their position as judge, I guess. They pretty straight and narrow. So Gira gets locked up, and pretty much the whole episode is Papillon going around and talking to the other kings about Gira, gathering evidence for the trial. Blue's like he couldn't henching if he wasn't royalty. Then they visit Recules. Pretty much kind of threatens Papillon. And if they don't sentence Gira, then their kingdom will be in danger. And they just walk right up and just slap him silly. It's pretty fantastic. But they get blood on their hand, and then we cut to Yellow, and they're asking if there's a doctor, and they kind of end up running a DNA test. They steal Gira's hair, at least their assistant does, and they run it against Recule's blood for the trial. But like, as they're gathering evidence, they're getting frustrated or annoyed, and I just start screeching. It's wild. It's like super unhinged, and it's not like what you expect. It's a weird juxtaposition of them being like very secretive and proper to them just like screeching in the middle of like a hall full of people. As well as we get a little bit on like behind doors on them. They go to the room and they have a bunch of those. There's a name for like those the Yeti plushes that have been shown up, but they have a real big one that they like talk to and like give it a voice and talk back to them for decisions and stuff. And the room's just full of all kind of little ones having tea parties and stuff. It's fantastic. I love it. Definitely probably the funnest character so far, I think. As in, again, just being super serious and all that. And then on the other side, not being goofy. I don't even know, like, juvenile, just like really not what you expect, I guess, if that makes sense. But we also got like a fight scene in like the very first minute of the show, even without like before the credits and all that, and just straight killing everything. It is awesome. The fight scenes are just amazing in this so far. They come off as super skilled. It's just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But fast forward, we get to the trial. Rita pretty much says, after reviewing all the evidence, we turn out, big spoilers, I guess. I mean, we're at episode 5. I guess it's not going to ruin the series for you, but we were kind of new because Toby released like a biography of Gira and gave him the same last name as Recules, but we find out that they are brothers, as far as we know. And we see some flashbacks of Gira and Recules like young, eating that rainbow gelato or whatever it was that he was talking about in episode 3. So they grew up together. It doesn't really explain what Gira doesn't know, or maybe he does. I don't know. It's weird. Like they kind of like skim over that part. I assume Recules knew. I'm really banking on Recules like being like under control of the Bugnarok, either by like a parasite or like a bug has control of him or something. So I can see him like not like acknowledging it, or he just wants the kingdom for himself because maybe he just is a bad dude. But for Gira not to know, I don't know. It's weird. Unless he was taken when he was really young and he just doesn't remember, but he just remembers the gelato. I mean, maybe that's it. I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna find out. Hopefully it fleshes it out. And Recules is like, "Are you sure?" And like Rita like freaks out and starts smashing her and says she's justice or something, or the law doesn't lie, or it's absolute. I can't remember. It's just wild. It's fantastic. But, you know, Gira is free to go. The Bugnarok show up at the end, and we finally get all 5 of them henshin together. Kind of, they all go to henshin, and then Yanma and I think Rita kick over Gira. But we finally get the whole team fighting all together for once, and it's awesome. We get the wonderfully shot mech battle. We kind of learn that they all have like their own cockpits they're in. They're in like the individual parts of KingOhger. You know, their Zord part. Wonderful fight. They beat the big bad. After that, they all kind of go their separate ways. And it looks like the episode previews for episode 6 is Gira goes back and confronts or kills. So we will see what happens. I'm loving it so far. Like, just these 5 episodes, the character building and world building alone have been phenomenal. And that's not even counting like the fight scenes and the Zord battles and everything, which seem like a step up for what has been happening. So I'm real excited to see where we keep going. Again, I really want to see what happens when we get to the status quo. You know, maybe they won't. Maybe they won't go back to like the monster of the week formula, either right away or like as cookie cutter. So we'll see. I'm very interested to see. Again, try to get episode 6 review out before the weekend, before episode 7's out. I'm really trying. Sorry, I'm not very good at these, and then with life, it's kind of difficult. But I promise I'll still try to keep at it. We will get better at these one day. So, as always, thanks for watching. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Stickasaurus, Facebook, Stickasaurus Cosplay Props. Down in the description, check out my Linktree for a link to the merch store, where we have cool new Gokai Stick Octopus mech shirts, as well as the Patreon, $1 tier. We get exclusive videos. There's a new one going up this week or next week. Files, community builds, help vote on what teams we do and all that, extra ranges for teams, so check that out, as well as the Discord. Come hang out, talk amongst other Toku fans, just have a good time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.